Well, good morning and welcome to day two, out in almost the same place I ended up for day one. Got a beautiful sunrise just starting over here. Cranes are coming in a little bit. There's a decent sized flock over here, but 99.9% of them are still on the river right now. So just getting set up. Took some B-roll of the sunrise coming up this morning, and now I'm about ready to put on the big lens and get ready for the cranes to come. Alright, well, the sun is now up. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Got a few birds going in front of it. Not as many as I'd like, but it's definitely neat. Only need really one good picture, but always fun to get as many as you can. And then now we got little birds coming in from the west there, kind of going in front of those cool clouds. So in a few minutes, I'm going to pivot away from the sun. The sun's getting pretty bright, pretty harsh right now, so gonna pivot over and try to use these softer clouds to the west. So I think that's what is on tap next. There's also an airplane now coming, which sometimes will spook up a lot of birds, so see what happens with that too. So, a lot of cool clouds, a lot of cool texture. Just a beautiful, a little chilly, but a beautiful morning out here on the Platte River in central Nebraska. Okay, right now we're battling a little bit of cloud cover. See, the sun just now poked out as I got this camera out, but kind of took a little break for a little while because the clouds were covering the sun, and then as the birds were coming towards us, it just wasn't, I don't know, they were kind of dark and blah, so took a little break, and now the sun's out, so I'm gonna get the camera back out and get a few more. There's never really been a big liftoff today. It's just been a real nice steady stream of cranes, which is great for photography. You don't have to get all your shots in a matter of 2 minutes. It's been over an hour now of just group after group after group lifting off the river and flying to the south here, heading out to the fields. So great morning, beautiful. See, the clouds are still kind of nice, nicely lit. I have a bad feeling, I haven't looked at the satellite maps yet, but I have a bad feeling that these clouds are kind of drifting our way, these dark ones. So it looked like there was a chance that it was going to be cloudy in the late afternoon, but clear off around sunset. So hopefully, if these clouds are coming through, that they get out of here in time for sunset. But gonna take a few more pictures and then probably head into town and grab a nice cup of coffee. So it's been a great morning, and looking forward to the rest of the day. Okay, it's now the afternoon. Uh, After this morning, we kind of looked around for a little bit, went back to town. I downloaded my photos from this morning on the computer. And then we ate lunch and then headed back out here. We've been having trouble finding cranes that we can really get a good photo of. They're in huge, you probably can't see on the GoPro, but they're in huge groups. And when they're in the field, they're in these massive uh, bunches of cranes in the middle of the field, like too far away to take pictures. And then there's something spooking them, or it's the nice weather, I don't know what, but then they're taking off in these huge groups, and we're just seeing these liftoffs off on the horizon all over the place. So anyways, we're coming up over the hill here, and Josh says there's a whooping crane in this group of like 10,000 cranes. I mean, just this huge mass of cranes, and he sees one little white dot, and sure enough, there's a whooping crane. So
I saw something white in there.
in that big group?
And this one right closest to the road. White.
You're right. Yeah, it has black wingtips.
I think that's a whooper.
It's probably about 2 miles away right now, kind of watching it, see if we can figure out if it lands, and then try to get a little closer to get some pictures of it. I like to get pictures of them flying, but problem is where they're landing over here is a highway, paved highway, so there's a lot more traffic, and we can't just pull over on the side of the highway. There's no shoulder or anything, so kind of hoping there's some nice gravels on either side of it. If we can settle down, or they come down a little bit lower. They're way up there right now, but if we could get them to come down and get a little closer, get some nice pictures of the whooping crane. So pretty awesome to it seems like we find one whooping crane almost every year anymore, but I don't know that I saw one the last year or two, so it was really cool to see one today up flying. And as you can see in the video of it swirling that I took with the big lens, that yeah, he really does stand out once once they turn and they kind of get into that sun. Those white wings just light up a whole different look than the rest of the crane. So super cool find. We're going to keep watching it. It's the middle of the afternoon right now, I think 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so I think this might be where we're going to be for a while. So I will show you if we get anything a little bit better. All right, quick update. We looked for that whooping crane for the last 2.5 hours. It landed somewhere, but who knows where. We set up kind of a little area that we think it landed in. We circled that area really good, and then kind of made that ring bigger and bigger, and I bet by the end we were searching like a 20 square mile area. I mean, we covered a ton of ground and never saw it. The area where we think it landed, there's like kind of a ravine in the middle that's totally on private land. There's no good spots you can view it from any of the roads, but you could see a lot of cranes around the edge of it, and you could see a lot of cranes landing down in it. So I'm guessing it went down in that ravine. I think there's a lot of signs that there's probably a lake or a man-made pond back in there, so probably went down there and with 10,000 other cranes. So now we're just kind of looking for a good sunset spot, so I'll keep you posted on that. Okay, just over an hour until sunset. Cranes are kind of going back and forth. There's a big group by the trees, and then over in this field over here there's another big group, and they're kind of bouncing back and forth. Starting to see a lot more in the air, a lot more flying around now, so hopefully we get some groups and we'll get some good colors in the sky. I am getting a little bit worried. Across the road you can see that there are some darker, thicker clouds coming in. There are some holes over on the horizon. Looked at the satellite, and I don't know, it's a toss-up if we're going to get good color or not, but it's been a great day out here. There's been quite a few birds. They've been a little bit harder to find. They're in huge groups, I mean gigantic groups, and so they're not in every field like they have been, but when you do find a group, there are just so many of them. It's pretty crazy. So but overall, been a good day. Hopefully we'll top it off with a great sunset tonight and get some cool photos. But even if we don't, it's still fun being out here enjoying the outdoors. So we were just hanging out waiting for sunset, and all of a sudden just a massive lift off of cranes on the farm fields, and they're all headed towards the river. They're not going to the river yet. They're going to settle out in the fields alongside the river. But tens of thousands of cranes, just a massive amount. You probably can't see them on the GoPro here, but it's like smoke in the sky. There's so many over there. Super cool to see, super cool sound. So hopefully they settle out in this field real close to us, and then if the sun can break through the clouds, get a nice sunset, there'll be a lot to work with here. So we moved just down the road a little bit in anticipation of sunset. You can see right there on the horizon, hopefully it picks up on the GoPro here, there's just a little faint pink gap where the sunlight should peek through as the sun sets. It's from being in this general area last night, it's in the perfect spot, so as long as the sun can get through there, should light these clouds up and we should have a decent sunset. The cranes all settled down just to the south here, so hopefully in the next 15-20 minutes as the sun's setting, the cranes start to make their way over here to the north to the river, they should fly right in front of that sunset. So, like I said, seeing that little pink gap there right on the horizon has us really optimistic, and knowing the birds are real close in the area, we're really looking forward to a good sunset tonight. Well, like I said, all you need is a tiny little gap to make an impressive sunset. We're zoomed in, so all I see on the big camera here is just that colorful area right behind the trees with all the cranes. So could not have worked out any better for tonight. I'm gonna keep taking photos for a little bit, but a sunset like this is really short, so I bet another 2 or 3 minutes is completely gone and we're on our way back to town. But what a great night, fantastic sunset. Cranes came in right at the right time. All right, like I just said, that happened so quick and it's already over. There is still a little bit of pink over there, but the birds are up high enough now. They're up into the gray clouds, so you don't really even notice that the sunset's there. But that was awesome. I think I got a couple good pictures. We'll find out when I get them downloaded and go through them. But it all came together for a great evening. Well, thanks for tuning in to day 2. Tomorrow morning, when you see me next, I will be in the blind at Rose Sanctuary. So tomorrow is Rose Sanctuary for both sunrise and sunset. So hopefully we'll get some light on the river and get some birds out dancing in the water. Can't wait to get in the blind tomorrow, but so far off to a great start for this trip. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time.